Happy Taste Buds Tuesday. So, I'm kind of on a limited schedule tonight, but I wanted just to show you guys how simple dinners could be when you've got things planned out. So tonight, of course, is Taco Tuesday, so we're gonna do our version of a Taco Tuesday tonight, and I'm gonna do the Carnitas nachos. And like always, it's a super simple process. Again, 8 steps, and one of them is to preheat the oven, which I forgot to do, so I'm gonna do that right now. Hang on. Let's see, lower oven, 375, start. Okay, so I got my oven preheated. Okay, simple, done. All right, next step. In a bowl, it says we need to, I'm gonna grab my big old orange bowl here. We need to cut pork tenderloin pieces into 1-inch pieces. So I'm just gonna dice it up. And I just have a regular pork tenderloin. It was in the freezer and I took it out last night and stuck it in the fridge. So this afternoon it's perfectly thawed out. So you don't have to worry about, you know, making sure it's thaw or cooking frozen meat. So I'm just gonna, yeah, where's your drink? Grab that drink right there. That's on the, no, Jake. Hang on. Jake wants a drink. No, don't drop those out. Use this one. Use this cup. Okay. Sorry. Of course, every time I, start doing something, he wants something. That's just how it is. Nature of the 4-year-old beast. So I'm just dicing up my pork, and I'm just doing little 1-inch pieces, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, kind of just gauging it as I go. And it says to use a 1-pound tenderloin, and I think this was probably about a pound, maybe a tiny bit more. I don't know, not much, but you don't really need a whole ton because this is going to go on top of nachos, and you're just gonna, this is going to be your protein, so it's going to be yummy. So last night's dinner was really good, and I had the leftovers for lunch today, so that was always nice when I make enough to have lunch the next day. That way it kind of makes lunch prep easier, because when I prep my meals for the week, I know which ones I can make extra of and have for lunch the next day. So I've got my pork just about cut here in the 1-inch pieces. Almost done. Last piece. I could have done this ahead of time, but I wanted to show you real time, how long this really actually takes. So there's my pork in the bowl. Let me go wash my hands real quick. Don't go anywhere. Okay. So now that was literally step 2. So in the medium bowl, season the pork with 1.5 tablespoons of the Carnitas seasoning. And that's right here. It's Carnitas slow cooker seasoning. So this is really good if you use it in the slow cooker. So we're going to just, you know me, 1.5 tablespoons. Yeah, that's probably good. Close enough, right? And I'm not going to get my hands all gross again because I just washed them. But this is the Nonstick Stainless Wok. Obviously, it's a wok, and I don't hardly ever use it for stir fry, but it's good for stir fry. But the cool thing is it's stainless and it's nonstick, so you can kind of see there's a waffling little texture, so it makes it nonstick, but then the stainless heats up really nice and evenly. So that's one of the big things I love about the stainless, the nonstick stainless, because it truly is nonstick. It's weird to think non-stick stainless because it hardly is. That's kind of like an oxymoron. So, heat the oil skillet over medium-high heat for 3 to 5 minutes. All right, so that's done. We're just heating it. So I'm going to put this in here because I don't want to cross-contaminate anything. And had to get my cutting board out of the dishwasher because I had that one in there. And then I'm just going to cut up an onion because that's the next thing that we're going to add after we add in the pork. And I don't want my oil to get too hot because it'll start splattering, and we don't want to do that. So real time here. We're making our dinner because we've got things to do tonight. We are going to National Night Out in downtown Kings Mountain. And if you don't know what that is, that's a night where the neighborhoods and the communities get together and do kind of like a meet and greet with, different like police departments and things. So we're going to go out to our local one tonight. It's going to be at the park, and there's going to be some kids activities and things. So it'll be fun, but we got to have dinner first because you got to have some energy before you go do something fun, right? So we've got our onion, just cutting it up. And by now, I get so out of breath when I talk and cook. I don't know why. I'm not really rushing because this is literally takes 2 seconds. So add the onion, cook until soft. All right, so we're gonna do that. So this is kind of backwards, but you want the onion to cook first because that's gonna take probably a little bit longer. And always, when you're putting this in, do it away from you. Don't pour it so it splatters on you. Do it just so you have kind of a shield. That would really be painful. So I'm gonna use, let's see, let's do this one because I'm gonna be able to scoop it later. So you're just gonna brown your onion. Let's see, I'm already on step 3. Add the onion, cook until soft, about 5 to 6 minutes. Add the pork until brown. Transfer the pork to a bowl or plate. Slice until shredded. Return the pork to the skillet over medium-low heat and add orange juice. So we've got our onions cooking. And in the meantime, I'm going to show you how I make my guacamole because it is delicious. So I've got, I don't know if I can do this tonight, guys. My avocados are kind of, they're too hard. I'm not going to do these tonight. We're gonna scratch that idea. I thought they would be ready by then, but they weren't. It's okay. No big deal. So we've got our onions going, and they're starting to get clear. And you know they're getting soft when the onions get clear. So and they're about ready. Turn this up a little bit. So we're gonna need in just a minute for our sauce or our flavoring in this is 3 tablespoons of orange juice. And that's gonna add like a nice citrus flair to it. And if you haven't seen these little cute little mini measure-alls, look at how cute are these things. So these are like, you know, you've seen the big ones and then there's the medium, and then we just came out with this mini one, and oh my god, it's the cutest little thing ever. So, alright, we need 3 tablespoons of orange juice, so I will get this all measured out so I'm not measuring later. And if you've never seen these before, you can use liquid on this side, and then if you have like a solid, you can flip it over and put it on that side, and then you go shoop, and it pushes it right out. It's really cool. So we've got that. We're going to need a lime. Let me cut this little guy in half. Now remember, last night I used my little citrus press, so we got it ready for tonight. Alright, so our onions are starting to get a little bit, some of them are starting to get a little brown. I guess I should have been paying attention better. And now we're going to add in the pork. And this shouldn't take too terribly long to cook just because we cut it up smaller. Okay, hang on. Alright, so I'm just going to, now that you kind of are doing it like a little stir fry situation here. And I'm just kind of pushing it around to get everything in there, all the juices and the flavors. Okay, add the onion and cook until soft, about 5 to 6 minutes. Add the pork, cook until brown, 8 to 10 minutes, turning often. Transfer the pork to a bowl or plate, chop and slice until shredded. Return the pork to the skillet, add the orange juice and 1 tablespoon of lime juice. Cook until reduced. So, we're just going to cook the pork now. Right, Jake? Yeah. So essentially what we're doing, we're going to cook it, and then we're going to shred it or chop it, and then we're going to cook it a little bit more to get it crispy and have that carnitas effect. So like if you had like the Carnitas street tacos or something like that somewhere at a restaurant, we're going to have that effect, but we're doing it ourselves, and it's going to be super fast and super easy and really, really, really yummy. Okay, so the whole point of preheating the oven is that we're going to broil, or not broil, but melt our cheese. So I'm just gonna get a platter out, and actually I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna use stoneware because why not, right? And then it says to use a bag of chips. Well, I didn't have one full bag. I've got two like half bags. So that's what we're going with, right? So you pull your chips out, and of course this is going to be like family style. And then I'll just set this on our. I have like a little lazy Susan on the table. So we'll just put those out. Throw this in the trash. And then I hope this is good. I was going to say, oh no, what if I have the wrong bag of chips? Okay. And then I've got another bag of chips. Good enough. So this is all just going to be our entree, so, I mean, you know, don't skimp on it. Alright. Then, we've got to do our cheese. And if you have a cheese grater or don't, these are really cool because they come folded up like this with the little cover over it so it's safe and no one will cut their hand. But once you take this sucker off, watch out because it is super, super, super sharp. I mean, like, it is like mega sharp. So don't be getting your fingers near this. So the cool thing about this, you just press it in and it can become a little stand grater, or you could go like that and do like a little hand grater. So I'm actually going to just do like a hand grater because it's easier for me. And I'll use the little thing because to show you how I should not cut my hands when I do this. So what did I grab? I grabbed Colby Jack. That was the first thing I got my hands on. So I guess we're gonna have Colby Jack on our nachos tonight. Okay, sounds good to me. And I'm going to show you how this thing works because it works so good. Oh my gosh, y'all! It just makes it so much easier. Okay, cut this. Now, this is kind of tricky, but it just slides right on like this. And then you just take this out. Not like that. Slide it on. Put your cheese in here. And you can start it with your hand if you want. I actually cut it. That's alright. And it just kind of pours over. And then when you're ready, you put your little thing on. And you got perfectly grated cheese. Sorry, I gotta stick my tongue out when I do this. Right, that little cheese is too small. Alright, I promise I'm being careful. I see you watching, Mom. I'm being careful. Alright. Pork smells so good. Oh my gosh, y'all. It smells so delicious. Okay, I'm just gonna sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Now this is how I normally do it when people aren't watching. It's so easy. Which is probably how most of you will do it anyways, just because it's like, it's easy, it's quick. But you gotta make sure you're not getting any of the plastic and stuff in here. Alright, so we got some yummy coated chips. And I am going to go ahead and stick these in the oven because now the cheese can start melting. Because you guys heard it ding. We're at 375 and I'm actually going to set the timer tonight. Because last night I forgot to set the timer on the salmon. And it got a little bit overdone. Oops. Okay. So I would say I'm just turning the heat off of this because this is done. I'm going to move this out of the way. Because now we gotta cut it. Let me grab a cutting board. And it says we need to pour it in a bowl. Let me find the bowl.
Cookie?
No.
No, I mean a chocolate chip board.
Oh no, you just had some, remember? Did you forget?
I didn't have a. I did it.
Yeah, you did. Alright. Now, take this out. We have my background music of the cartoons. I don't even know what it is. Okay. So I need to change knives. Change knives because that last knife had pork on it, raw pork, and we don't want raw pork because that's gross. Alright, let me get a fork. A little fork. I'm just gonna cut this up into a bunch of little pieces. Oh, this guy. Let's see. This is actually just about done. It's still just a tiny bit pink, which that's okay. It's not really that big of a deal. It's just super hot. Okay. Ooh, I got away. And the cool thing is if it's not done, I'm just gonna put it back on the stovetop anyways. And so it's going to continue to cook, and what we're doing is we're going to actually kind of char it up a little bit more to really bring out that carnitas effect with the whole, like, because carnitas kind of have like a little bit of a, like a crust, I guess you could call it, on them. Alright. These little pieces probably would have been easier if I would have cut them a little bit bigger. Take note for next time, or if you try this. Maybe make them a little bigger. I'm going to go ahead and dump this back in. I've got the heat off, so it's just going to be like warm right now. And I don't have much more to cut. Uh-oh. I had an escapee. Alright. Almost done. And this doesn't have to be neat because you're really just going to be sprinkling it over your nachos anyways. Right? Make sure I got them all cut. These in. And so really we're like doubling the amount of meat we had originally. So, because we're making a bunch of little bites. So this is me cooking dinner on a Tuesday night after work, after being called in last night. So I've been up for a while. I'm lacking sleep, so that's probably why I'm like saying crazy stuff. So you never know. You never know what your day is gonna hold. So you might as well just go with it and make the best of it, right? Okay, so let's see. We've got probably two more. Just there's a little back here. 4 pieces. 3, 4. Then we've got these. Yes, we're doing cooking show. Are you gonna join?
Are you recording?
Yes. Okay. Got these. Almost done. So really, it's like, see? I almost had dinner ready before we got home. But I didn't make it. I was trying. Okay. Almost done. Okay. That's it. Okay. Last little bit of this. Put it back in. Now it says to put it in over medium low, which we're already on low pretty much. So put it back on. Our cheese is melted. Whoop, whoop. Okay, I believe you. Alright.
I'm running out of my cream. More.
Get you some more.
Okay, I'm gonna get some more water.
Okay, he's getting more water. cheese is done. I mean, cheese is melted. All right, return board to all right. And it says a tablespoon of lime juice, but guess what? We're gonna go with, that probably wasn't a whole tablespoon. So we're gonna do another one. And then we're gonna add our orange juice. Smell. Ooh, that smells so good. Okay. And it just says like 2 to 3 minutes because you just want your flavors to start to mix together. And let's see. And this is really easy, y'all. This is about it. So with this, you know, just a little. That's too hot. Where's my little hand things? I'm gonna put it on this side. You don't have to worry about anything sticking on your stoneware. So you can do these on your stoneware and it's not going to stick, which makes it even better. And this handle, not hot. Okay. And that, my friends, I don't know what that is. Looks like it's a stem or something. I think it was a stem from the onion. That's it. So I'm just going to pour this over like this. La, la, la. And then you can put whatever other toppings on it that you want. I'm going to add a little bit of salsa, some sour cream, some lettuce, and call it a day. So let me... Oh my God, y'all, this smells so good. And I like the idea of melting the cheese on the chips because you know sometimes when you get your chip and there's not any cheese on it because it all slides off because it's on top of everything. Well, this way it's stuck. It's stuck to your chip, so that's good. So, there you go. Let me flip it around. Whoops, that's me. And that's it, guys. That is it. So I don't know that I'm going to make it look that pretty. But we're going to add some salsa on top and some lettuce, and we are going to call it dinner. So, I don't know, that was maybe 30 minutes. I don't know. But dinner's ready, and we're going to eat. So, happy Taco Tuesday, everybody. Bye.